As we saw in the previous demo, we can call the print function to output values to the screen. Now the value of total is printed to the screen as 10.6 or $10.60, which is what we wanted. The print function is a built-in function in Python. We use it by typing the function name and then passing in the value we want to print, which is called the argument. You can think of this function as a black box machine. We don't know how it works, but we do know when it's called with an argument, it will output the given value to the screen. What if we wanted to convert a float to be an integer? We can wrap the number in a call to the int function, which will try and convert 10.6 to an integer by chopping off the decimal part. And if we print the result, we're left with the whole number 10. And if we want to force an integer to be a float, we can wrap the number in a call to the float function, which will try and convert 10 to a decimal. And if we print the result again, we have the decimal 10.0. Now that we've looked at numbers, what data type does Python use for text? Anything inside double or single quotes is considered text and is called a string. Here, the string Sarah is saved to the variable name. And if we print it, we can see it prints without the quotes, since the quotes are only used to tell Python that anything inside them is a string. We can create strings with single or double quotes. Here, we're creating a string with double quotes for a store name. Using double quotes here makes sense since Sarah's store has a single quote inside of it for the apostrophe. If we instead had used single quotes to create the string, that would cause an error because the second single quote, which is the apostrophe, would end the string and Python wouldn't know what to do with the rest. What if we want to concatenate or put two strings together? We can join two strings with the plus operator. If we have the string hello and the string name, we can concatenate them by using the plus operator and saving them to the variable greeting. If we then print greeting, we see hello Sarah. It looks a little funny because the two strings are smushed together and we need to add a space between them. Let's fix our program by concatenating a space inside the greeting as well. We can do that by using the plus symbol just as if we were adding multiple numbers together. If we run this, we can see the space added. How could we also customize this program for other users with different names? Let's ask the user for their name. Just like print, the input function is a built-in function in Python. We use it by typing the function name, input, and then passing in a string, which is a message to prompt the user for input. Here we're asking, what's your name? When we run this line of code, the message, what's your name, gets printed to the screen. And then the program waits for the user to input something and press enter. I entered Sarah, then that string is saved to the original my name variable. Now we're going to take that input function and add it to our program. If we run our program again, we can see what's your name is printed to the console and it's waiting for the user to type a response. Once they type Bob and hit enter, the string Bob is saved to the name variable, and the final greeting is printed as hello Bob. You may be wondering if the input has to be entered right next to the message because it looks a little cramped with no spacing. Let's edit this so the user can enter the name on the next line. Python and programming languages in general have a few special characters, and one of those is \n, which means new line. Now if we run our program, you can see that we enter the name on the next line, which looks a lot better. So far we've learned about the basic, or also called primitive, Python data types: ints, which are whole numbers, floats, which are decimals, and strings, which store text. We've also learned how to get input from the user and how to print output to the console. Now we know how to do all of the things to create this program that we showed in the beginning of the module. We know how to get input from the user, Save the input to a variable, do simple math calculations, convert numbers to text, and print the results to the screen. So I'll see you in the next demo to go ahead and create this age calculator.